Hello and welcome to Estic Media. All right, it's ESTIQMEDIA. Now, the reason why I decided to come up this morning to talk about this is that I was actually compelled to. You see, the reason why it's good to be honest from day one, from the very first day, you are honest and truthful to yourself. You are honest and truthful to those around you. You're honest to whatever it is you're spilling out. Because if you don't, you're going to allow narratives, unfounded narratives, to begin to develop from several quarters. And I'm referring to the case of Natasha and Senator Godswill Akpabio. A couple of persons who know Godswill Akpabio will say, we know him to be Randy. But I don't think any reasonable person who occupies such an office would get themselves in a situation that would be detrimental to themselves and with somebody in the house. But anything is possible, anyways. So, what am I talking about? When you don't address certain issues from the word go, you're going to allow things spill or spin. People will start spinning stories on your behalf, regardless of the authenticity of what they're feeling, whether it's authentic or not. For Natasha Akpoti, when she said there were sexual allegations, you would have expected that when the Senate tried to douse everything and shove it under the carpet, already her recall process has begun. INEC has even written to her to, they've been able to verify signatures and addresses and all whatnot. So right now they want to stop her from being a senator. The recall process has begun. INEC has invited her. You would have expected that before now she would have started releasing some evidence to prove all of the allegations against Senator Godswill Akpabio. A couple of persons will say it is unethical for her to release all of that on social media because the case is in court. So obviously she wants to tender her evidence in court. But the thing is this, at this point in time, this administration, it does not have a good PR on themselves. So people can spin anything to create a narrative around any representative in this government to make them look irresponsible, to make them look unethical, to make them seem unreasonable. And that's what's happening. So last night, a post began to trend. I'm going to read it on social media platforms about a supposed leak from Senator Natasha Akpoti's Udwagan. This leak detailed how sometime in December 2024, the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, engaged her via chats on WhatsApp, asking if she was wearing night clothing and requesting she perform certain lewd sexual acts, for which he credited her 500 million naira just for fun, from money meant for a road project. And when during their engagement, she reminded him that she was married, that he got angry and threatened her with losing her sitting position in the Senate chambers. Now, following up the next day at the Senate, according to this leak, right, Senator Akpabio blocked her away because he wanted to grab her ass, that is her buttocks. Obviously, he grabbed it according to this leak, and for quite a while before she pushed his hands away. Now, nobody knows where this post was first of all generated from on Facebook. All right. Nobody also knows the profile, that is the account, the identity of the profile. Nobody knows it, or the certain individual who actually exposed this supposed leak. Nobody knows it. But the post has actually generated more than 30,000 shares across social media platforms. On Facebook alone, as on Monday, when this particular story was leaked. Now, Natasha Akpoti has eventually responded. At the time, she didn't say anything to confirm or deny. Obviously, she has a lot on her table, so she didn't see that particular story circulating. So recently, she now had to respond. In that response, she said that at no time did she collect 500 million naira from the Senate president. And all of this information coming out on this supposed leaked platform are spurious, malicious, and untrue. People are already trying to twist narratives and make things be out of context. It's no longer in what she's driving out or trying to pursue. People are beginning to spill narratives, and she's saying these narratives being spinned are done by deliberate persons to create a system whereby our democratic processes becomes child play, or it's a joke. A couple of Nigerians said, isn't it a joke already? So What now happened? This leak supposedly was meant to expose the culpability of Senator Akpabio with her allegations of sexual harassment, and it has also heightened the dangers of unregulated use of social media in propagating unsubstantiated content in Nigeria. Now, for this leak, it was terrible, the kind of details that came out. This leak is saying that Senator Akpabio asked her to take pictures of my nude body, also asked her to put her hand inside her body and tell him or describe to him in details how her essence, smells like, and also asked her to send some pictures of her nude. That is really detailed. Now, the Natasha I know, if this occurred, she would have obviously released it. She wouldn't even waste time because she already knows that they really want to bury her. So, any evidence she needs to prove that what she's saying is the truth within her disposal, she would definitely have tendered it to the court and obviously to the press if the court was wasting their time or wasting her time in having to resolve the imbroglio or resolve the problem. Now, her recall process is ongoing. So, the question is, who is at fault for allowing these false narratives to start spilling? If the Senate had done the right thing by just pretending, even if they would not do it, but pretending to investigate this matter without calling her names, using one senator and one boy to act childish, to act British, to act like a loud and a thug, it wouldn't have degenerated to this point where certain individuals would take their time to begin to spin certain narratives. As it stands, the case is in court, right? The Senate Ethics Committee has officially closed the case. They said because the case is in court. A lot has transpired from there. Her recall process has begun. They really want to bury this woman. And guess what? The same constituents that they got signatures from to recall her, a few days ago, she went to the constituent and you needed to see how people thronged out to show her support. They were hailing, they were praising her, they were, they were eschewing their love and support and kindness and sympathy towards her. And that crowd did not seem like somebody induced them to come out on their behalf or somebody influenced them thronging out to greet her. That crowd looked genuine. So, who were these persons who signed this petition for her recall? The same persons within her constituency who came out a few days ago to hail and praise her? Are they the same people that signed the petition for her recall? A lot is actually going on, but I would implore our leaders to please be transparent for once in their lives. Do not let things get to a point where citizens begin to help you write your story, either for clickbait, either for just mere gossip. When you don't provide factual information, you allow room for narratives to percolate and circulate. As it stands, this administration's branding is terrible. I don't know if the president cares. I don't even know if he is worried. But the senators, the House of Rep members, all of them in this administration, they're not even doing anything to try to give some form of sanity or legislative adherence to the supposed constitution they claim to live by. And it's totally miserable because you would have expected that the president would try to create a personality that resonates with what he campaigned about. Nigeria has a long way to go. The only thing I will implore us is we need to protect ourselves, protect our sanity, and fight for ourselves. These politicians no go ourselves. They don't even care. They don't have our time. Trust me. So it's important for us to do the needful. Be smart and don't let things get out of hand. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd like to know what you think about this information, and I would also like to get your recommendations, reactions, and further information. Let's grow ourselves and let's educate each other. Have a beautiful day.